wine keep taking me higher and higher. Sexy wine, come wine up on me. Put your body all over my body. Sexy wine, come give me that wine. Give me the wine. Just bubble and bubble one time and wine, baby. Sexy wine, give me that. Sexy wine, run that. Sexy wine, give me that. Sexy wine.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Voice of the Man Bongo Prime representing for Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And good morning, SVG. Good morning, region. Good morning to those listening to us internationally. Are you in outer space, according to Crystal? All right. So we are back with you for another morning here on Activated Mornings program with Dianna, because there is a possibility of me forgetting. Just making, not Dianna. Nicole is unable to be with us at this time, and she's still recovering from that bout of illness that she came down with, all right? So she will not be joining us until Friday. She is hoping to be back with us by Friday when she is fully recovered.
Just rewatch the lives that she's on if you miss
so that much. Yeah. Well, Joshua. So we are here with you, and Bob is saying that it is sticking again. Oh, good grief. All right, so we really and truly have to find a way to get this rectified. I really am not sure what's happening. I don't know if it's the internet that needs to be checked out or something, but we're going to have to find a way to deal with this because this is the third morning on us straight. All right, so bear with us, especially those of you who are on this stream, okay? All right. So good morning, Dianna. How are you?
Morning, Roleza. I'm all right. Morning, everybody. What's up? What's going on with you today? How was your day? Did you wake up on the right side of the bed this morning? As they say, if yes, good for you. If not, you should have rolled over to the other side.
You know, that's the interesting thing, like one-sided bed, because of how you sleep, one side gets worn down more than the other side. So it's easy to tell how and where somebody sleeps on their bed.
Especially when they sleep alone.
Yes. All righty. So just to note what we have lined up for this morning. In a bit, we are going to continue our Know Your Country series for this week with a clip from Dr. Fraser. So we'll be playing that shortly. And at 7:45, we bring to you commentary this morning from Life Compton. All right. So yes, we know we normally have it from Kingsley, but Kingsley is still recovering. I spoke with him yesterday and he sounds to be in good spirits. So I hope it wasn't just a voice that he put on for me, but he seems to be in good spirits. All right.
He just brightened his day and maybe he was genuinely happy to be speaking to Roleza. So,
well, who knows? Maybe I am a ray of sunshine. All right. So this morning we will get commentary from Life Compton instead. And at around 8:10 this morning, we'll be continuing our interview with the Miss SVG contestants for 2025. And this morning, we will be interviewing Miss Insta Cash and Miss Lynch Brokers?
Lynch Caribbean.
Lynch
Brokers.
Caribbean, right? So we'll be interviewing them at 8:10. And of course, we're going to have our usual commentary as well for this morning. All right. So bit of a packed program, but we are happy to have you with us. And we are going to get going this morning with our first up, our Know Your Country series being continued, the contribution from Dr. Adrian Fraser.
The name Port Elizabeth came about in 1937 after Princess Elizabeth, in commemoration of the coronation of her parents George VI and the Queen Mother Elizabeth. And most other villages around were named after villages. The major issue was after whom were those estates named. Many of them were traced back to the names of their original owners. Curtains near to Barley was named after original proprietor Mary Curtin. Westwood Coalsill after Dr. Thomas Cole. Annesville was at one time named Greathead after proprietor Samuel Greathead. Kittels was originally French name Lance Joyeuse, became Kittels after proprietor John Kittel. Liberty Lodge was owned by Michael Cain, who had asked to be buried there, so most likely his remains are somewhere on what was formerly an estate.
All right, so his remains are formerly what was an estate, okay? And that's the part that got chopped off there. All right, so a little bit of knowing your country, knowing where the names of certain places came from. And, you know, one of the things that I'm hoping to take away is that many of this information would stay with us, all right? When it comes to especially your particular community or your village, knowing where the name came from. So if somebody asks you about it, if a child asks you about it, you'll be able to know or to be able to say, this is where the name of our villages or our communities, where it's originated from, all right?
Stuff too, that got me looking into something, and I actually found that a Searchlight article from 2014 with it seems I didn't get to read through the full thing because I just found that it seems to be from some of that.
And I think what's also interesting that there was it was circulated on social media a few years ago, the original map of SVG and the names of some of the places.
Oh,
really? You never saw it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw it, and it was the words or the way in which we have called them now. So we saw where they originated from, I think maybe like French or whatever the case might have been. But how we call or we recognize them now. So yeah, if I find it, it may float back around that, come back around at some other point in time. But if I find it, I would show it to you. Okay.
An interesting thing I found as well is that Clare Valley and Kittels, some person probably know this, but Clare Valley and Kittels were owned by the same person and the same slave owner.
Oh, so there's the name that mentioned that wasn't mentioned here.
And it seems some Smith seems to have been involved. I don't know if this Smith was the original owner or who was left in charge or something, but some Smith guy seems to be in of ship or collecting rent or something.
Okay.
Something around here.
And here I thought Claire, I wonder if Claire was like his wife or something, or his daughter. You know, where did the name Claire itself come from? All right.
Clare's Valley.
But you know what's interesting? There's the okay, let me bring this up tomorrow, right? So we could continue something else, but I'll bring this up tomorrow. All righty. So we are going to head back in some of those happened yesterday. And so what we came across yesterday and reading from a report from the RSVGPF that homicide occurred on Tuesday morning. The deceased has been identified as Denroy Black. He's 31 years old and he was a laborer of Glen. Preliminary reports indicate that Mr. Black sustained a stab wound to the neck following an altercation, and he succumbed to his injury while being transported for medical care to the Milton Keynes Memorial Hospital. A suspect is currently in police custody, assisting investigators with their inquiries to establish the circumstances surrounding the offense. Again, the police are asking persons with information to come forward. You can contact 457-1211 or speak with any officer who you feel comfortable with. All right. Now, with regards to this story, SVG TV News interviewed the sister of the deceased, right? His older sister, and we're just going to play that clip now. Just please to note that for persons on the live, if you are a little bit squeamish, you might just want to listen and not look, right? But this is a clip that we are playing from SVG TV News.
He's my brother, and when I was asleep last night, I believe they tried to call me, but my phone was on vibrate, so they called my daughter. And I was like, I wonder who could be calling my daughter, because she's 10 at this hour in the night. But listening to the conversation, I realized, and then when I took the phone,
All right, so I have a feeling that persons on the live were hearing that, but I'm not sure if those in listening to us via radio were hearing, as we were not hearing here in studio. So I had to I ended it, but so it is a clip that shows the sister being interviewed. Well, her face wasn't on camera, and it seemed, from what she is saying, is that he got into an altercation with a female. The female's name was mentioned in the clip, and it seems as though this was not the first incident of an altercation happening between them. It's just that this one took him by surprise, because he said something to the effect of, "Girl, you're gonna do me that," or "How you gonna do me that?" Some words to that effect. I'm not saying it verbatim, as she said it there. But it seems as though this is something, a situation that may have happened between them. She used the term that it seems as if they had engaged in a toxic relationship, and as a result, this is what happened with this particular situation. All right. As we know from the police report, that they did say that someone is in custody assisting with the investigation. So we would hear more about that in due course. All right.
Just to reiterate what we always say in here, if you are in a relationship and it is not working out for you, you might have heard this a million times, but just leave toxic relationships, whether it's family, friends, romantic relationships or whatever. Just leave, because though you may see examples of persons who have been in relationships like that and they ended up working it out in the ending, or your partner may be showing you these people and saying, "Oh, look, they used to cuss and fight and they're married now, or they have something good going for them now." You may not be that person, or it may not work out that well for you. So if you are in a relationship like that, just go, just find. Trust me, there is somebody else out there for you. Once you work on whatever you need to work on, and you go out there with good intentions, you will find that person who is there for you. The person you're with, if you all are not working out well, that possibly may just not be the person for you. Okay, so if it's not working, you are hurting. Ladies, another thing, it is not okay for us to hit the men. It is not okay for us to kill the men. It's not okay to kill anybody. I noticed some horrible comments that I have to say I did not expect to see, Roleza, in terms of persons seeming to be happy that a woman killed a man, and we are the same people who would be screaming out violence against women. It is not okay, even when it is a woman doing it. It's not, first of all, it's not okay to kill anybody, and it is not okay for a woman to kill a man. It's as simple as that. Don't take anybody's life.
All right, so just a few things that you said there. With regards to toxic relationships, I think that there are times when toxic relationships seem to be glorified within the social media space in particular. Mm-hmm. There's that song for,
Toxic
what's her name?
Love, Patrice.
And you will never catch me playing that song. Never catch me playing that song, because it is not something to be celebrated, right? Now, apart from leaving a toxic relationship, and of course, we're only basing this toxic part based on what the sister said, right? But I think sometimes people also need to recognize if they are the toxic person in a relationship, because it's one thing to say that you're in a toxic relationship when you yourself might actually be the problem, all right? So sometimes some persons need to do some introspection. With regards to that last part that you said, I noticed several comments under a particular post talking about the tables have turned, and that one person was saying, God forgive me for saying this, but this person took one for the team, as in this woman took one for the team. And for the life of me, I didn't realize that we were keeping scores in this type of situation, right? I did not realize that this is going to be viewed by some people or by some women as a one-up. This isn't how it is that the situations are supposed to go. We're not keeping scores in terms of who can do what to who, and who can do worse to who, and who well, I suppose in some cases better than who, right? So persons who have that type of thinking, and it goes back to the same conversation that we had on Monday, where we talked about not taking situations or issues with men seriously. Women were not supposed to be viewing this as, oh, okay, somebody did this on our behalf. That's not how it's supposed to be viewed, all right? So just something to note there, all right? So we are going to head on out at this time and head directly into today's traffic talk.
Nothing else.